Hello, bro. You know, your 20s are some of the most important years of your life. Now, before I start, I just want to say if you're watching this and you're not in your 20s, don't use this as an excuse to give up. The one thing that pisses me off the most is something about people in their 30s that I know. They feel like their life is over. I speak to them and they talk about all these things they want to do, and I'm like, well, you're still young. You've still got so much of your life. And they're like, no, I'm 30 now. Shut the fuck up. You're 30. You are not even halfway through your life if you're not going to die unexpectedly. And you're already giving up. Terrible. But that being said, if you're in your 20s, you need to also wake the fuck up. Here's what most people do in their 20s. And if you want to be average and have a life that you're not going to like, then do what most people do. Most people being average, same thing. Most people, they'll probably go to university, like I did, and they'll graduate. They'll get a job somewhere, and their life for their 20s will genuinely be go to work, get paid, go out at the weekend, repeat. Go to work, get paid, go out the weekend, repeat. For weeks and weeks and weeks, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Maybe they'll go traveling after saving up a little bit, but go and get fucking drunk somewhere else. So really they're just repeating the same process, and they'll work somewhere else too. Now you're 30. And what was the reason for that? Well, I was just having fun in my 20s. You've got to have fun in your 20s. Okay. Does this feel like fun to you, bro? Because you know how I see it. I see it as Monday to Friday working a job you hate just so you can have 2 days of fun. And what is that fun? You go out and you drink a substance that poisons you and convinces you the people you're with you like, that the environment you're with you like. But if you were there sober, you'd be bored, maybe even repulsed. Maybe you get with someone that's below your standards. You wake up the next day feeling shit, hungover, mentally worse, and you barely recover just to do it all again. And that's your 20s, that's your fun. Okay. If I get to 30, and you can hold me on this, if I get to 30 and I am in the same position I am now, I'm going to give up. Not because I have a quitter's mindset, because I fucking refuse to be like that. I've got 9 years to work on myself. I have a clear image of what I want to be like when I'm 30. And if I was working the same job I am now, in the same position, going out every weekend at 30, that would fucking repulse me. It's not fun. It's not good. Having fun in your 20s, that mindset is stupid. You have these years where you're at your prime. You're still fucking growing. And you're throwing that away just for some hedonism. Why? The reason is because everyone else is doing it and you're scared to be different. You're scared to be different and you're scared to do something difficult. Because here's what I think you should really do in your 20s. Fucking work on yourself. What would you rather have? You could have some fun now while you're young, because you might miss out on the experiences. You miss out on the fucking shitty little club and someone below your standards. I'm happy doing this. Yes, I woke up this morning and I felt shit. I didn't want to do this. But once you actually get into that flow state and you start doing stuff that it's difficult for yourself, you earn self-respect. And that feels better than a short-term high of putting poison in your body. Spend your 20s working on yourself. What would you rather have? You have your 20s and You're having fun, going out every weekend. But realistically, most of the time you're doing shit you hate. You're working at an optimal shit baseline. Would you rather have that, but then live a average life because you're not going to be able to sustain that, and be kind of mid-depressed for your whole life? Or would you rather work your 20s, sacrifice, discipline, and then get to a point where for the rest of your life you can do what you want and live happy, how you choose, because you didn't waste away your 20s having fun, but living meaningfully? Yeah, I'm not saying you have to never go out, but most of the time you put your fucking work in. What would you rather do? Because most people waste away their 20s because they don't have the discipline or even self-awareness to realize that that is where the gold is. The older you get, the less your decisions matter because you're closer to death. It's morbid, but it's true. The little decisions you make now while you're young have the most impact they will ever have. And that counts for skipping that gym session, not recording that video, not going to that job interview, whatever. The little decisions you don't think matter. Just going out with your friends instead of doing that thing you're supposed to do could be the biggest decision of your life. I may sound intense, I may sound over the top, but that's what's got me to where I am right now, and that's what will get me further. And that's what makes me believe that. And the one thing I know is that if you waste away your 20s, you're going to hate yourself for it. And hate yourself for listening to people that didn't even like themselves in the first place. I see people that are 30 years old, the age that is like the ending of my first major goal in life. I see people that are 30 years old that are at the similar level to me, and I feel so sad for them. And if they're fine with that, that's okay. Don't waste your 20s, bro. Don't waste your life. Because I know you want better. So be better. Say less. Do more.